guys, Dani here at Skye Gardens, and I am out today at our flower farm, which is in Splendora, Texas, northeast Houston. And I am here to check on everything since we just had a few days / nights of really cold weather. All the United States kind of got this freeze front that came through. Everything got really cold, a lot colder than we're used to. So I came out here with my family on Sunday and we covered everything. It froze Sunday night, Monday night, what's today? Wednesday, last night. And then it's supposed to kind of warm up the next couple of days where it won't be freezing and then maybe freeze again Friday night. So I came out here. I want to uncover, check on everything. Everything should be fine, but I want to double check and see, but probably get everything uncovered for a couple days, recover for Friday night, and then it looks like we may not have another freeze again for at least a couple of weeks, if at all. You never know with Texas weather, it changes all the time. But I thought I would take you guys along and just show you real quick how things look, what survived, what I chose to cover or not cover. So if this happens again, if you are growing any of these things, you'll know what can survive freezes, what can survive single digit temperatures. So let's go walk around and take a look at everything. So first thing I'll show you guys is right here when you come inside the side gate. This is where I have all of the wildflowers planted. Now, as long as you're doing, native wildflowers, they should be fine to plant in the fall or super early spring, late winter. And over winter, they like the cold and they will pop up in February and March. And you can see, they've germinated, but they stay really close to the ground. And that's because they want to be able to survive these freezes. So you can see, I have a lot growing, but they're not going to get super big until it really starts to warm up. Usually the bluebonnets pop up first in February, and then other stuff starts to pop up in March. But by March, I have a big section here and then a big section over here. Should be full up with wildflowers, so I'm really excited to see that. All right, so first thing, let's come over to, this is what I'm calling the perennial bulb field. So this first row is daffodils. And I did not cover these because they are usually very hardy. And you can see they all look fine. And I mean, none of them have blooms yet. So figured they would be fine. These are all daffodils that are just now starting to pop up. And then I have lilies. Now lilies are supposed to be pretty hardy. I've never grown them in this cold of temperatures. So far, they look okay, but I don't know. These stems are like kind of wonky. So I'm gonna be pretty upset if I lose all my lilies. I didn't cover them because, they're not supposed to, need covering in a freeze, but they look a little rough. Now this area, all these crates are tulips and anemones. Those definitely needed to be covered. So I'm going to take this off and see how they look. All right, so these all look great, as I figured they would. These are all the anemones, which I've already gotten a couple of blooms off of. And then these were the tulips. Usually tulips are fairly cold hardy, but because they were starting to poke up, I decided to cover them just in case. I would be pretty heartbroken if I lost a lot of my tulips because they are a bigger investment, but so far so good. So let's go over to these two rows. These were the anemones and ranunculus, which should be fine, but let me uncover them and I will show you guys. All right, got these rows uncovered and they look great, as I figured. So this bed has all the anemones, a couple of successions. You can see they look good. And then this row has ranunculus, some different successions. This first one, they had all popped up. And you can see where they look great. So covering worked like a champ. And then this last row had salvia, which has actually gotten eaten back by leafcutter ants, but you can see where some of them are starting to grow back. I did not cover these and they were fine. And the same with the yarrow. I did not cover the yarrow. Yarrow is very cold hardy, and they all look good. So overall, so far everything looks great, other than the lilies are very iffy at this point. But if that's the only thing I lose, I guess I'll count myself lucky, although that will be super sad. But I probably just need to give them a week and see what happens as they warm up. So let's go over to these beds where all the annual flowers are and get these uncovered and see how they look. All right, so here we go on this side. This first row are all stalk, a couple of successions. On the whole, they look okay. Some of them are wilty, and to me it looks like they need water. Now I turned my well off, so I'm gonna have to turn it back on and let it fill up, and probably just come get these some water. And between it getting a little warmer today and a lot warmer tomorrow, I think they should be fine. The second row is all feverfew, and they look great. The next row is, I've been trying out planting some really early Lysianthus, and they look good, other than I think some of them are getting eaten. But I'll let these freezes get over and then I'll probably come spray them. And then here is cress. And other than turning purple, which I'm not really sure what that means, they also look pretty good. Let's go check the other side. All right, here is the other half of the field. Now this row has mignonette, poppies, and carthamus. I did not cover this because especially poppies like the cold. Mignonette's almost like a wildflower. It likes the cold. And then I wasn't going to cover that small batch of carthamus because a few of them already died. And they actually, the ones that were still alive, survived. So that's good to know. Poppies look great. And the mignonette looks great. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I've been pulling back all the fabric. So this had status. Covered that. Looks great. A few different varieties. And let me come down here. And then straw flower, which straw flower is probably one of the ones that looks the worst. I don't know. I think a lot of them just need sun and water. So I'm not going to run the drip irrigation because I don't want water in these lines yet for it to freeze. So I'm going to come in and hand water a lot of these like wilty ones, but hopefully they should bounce back. Okay. Now this bed had some snapdragons. They look great, other than a few broke off just from having the fabric fall on them. There's a few that are wilty, but overall look good. Same with the Lysianthus. Now I already had a bunch that had died on transplanting here. Can't say I'm like super impressed with these plugs. But as for covering them and keeping them alive, that worked fine. This next bed has more snapdragons and kind of same thing, like they're alive. A few of them snapped off, but overall looking good. And then this bed has all the direct seeded blue plurum, which is growing ever so slowly, but they're really hard to start inside. So direct seeding is like one of the few ways to grow them. And then I have Bells of Ireland, which this first area were ones I started inside. Those are also hard to start inside, but I probably got about 50% germination rate. And then the rest of the row I direct planted. So those are starting to come up. I covered all these and they look good. Probably the worst area is my lilies. They look like they're mush, which is hugely disappointing. I'm not going to do anything just yet. Give them some time. Give them some water and some warmth. These don't look as bad because they were like a later succession. I mean, I thought lilies were supposed to be really cold tolerant, but maybe that's not. I mean, these are Asiatic lilies, so I don't know. Maybe I read about the wrong lilies. But like I said, I don't know. These might be okay. These look like they're mush. I mean, look at that. They're just flopping over. I mean, I could probably like tear this off almost. So pretty sure these are all done for, which sucks. I mean, that was a good little chunk of money, but you just have to roll with the punches and be flexible and assume that you are going to lose some stuff. And no matter what you do, whether it's to the weather or to bugs or disease or something, pests, you never know. So this may be it for me. And really, if that's all I end up losing for my spring stuff, then I don't think that's that bad. All right, so there you have it. That's kind of a tour of everything that I had planted out here at the farm for spring flowers. Overall, things look great. I'm still very excited for the spring. I think we're going to have a really great crop come through. If you are local in the Houston area and you still want to sign up for a bouquet subscription, I still have a few spots left. But they're going quickly, so jump on it if you want. We have open for sale a 6-week spring subscription, which should start sometime in March. And then we have a 6-month subscription, which starts in March, and you get 1 bouquet a month. The spring one, for 6 weeks, you get a bouquet every week. So go on my website, shop. I'll put the link below if you're interested in that. I also have gift cards for sale. So if you have someone coming up that you want to get them like a little gift card and they can put it towards a subscription or put it towards a bouquet or a U-Pick ticket, you can do that as well. And I think that's it for now. So I'm going to leave everything uncovered, and then once my well fills back up, I'm going to water, and I'll let you guys know soon how everything is looking. But thank y'all so much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video.